sunshine and not a lot of rain. A whole lot of happy and not a single tear on my face. Pockets overflowing with what I need today. Doesn't mean that it's easy, and it isn't always great, but it's all good. It's all good. Life is going like it should. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. When you know where to look, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Isn't perfect, the road ain't always straight. It gets a little crazy, and you know sometimes we need a break. But it's better than it could be. It should be. Taking what we're given, we can't complain, 'cause it's all good. It's all good. Life is going like it should. It's all good. It's all good. When you know where to look, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, sometimes it's gonna rain, but I can't complain. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a perfect picture, mister. You know that's true. But it ain't about what you say, it's about what you do.
Good. Yeah, it's all good.
It's all good.
Life is going like it should.
Life is going. Life is going like it should.
It's all good. It's all good. When you know where to look.
Gotta know, gotta know, gotta
It's
know.
all good. It's all good. It's all good. Good. It's all good. Life is going like it should.
Life is going. Life is going like it
It's
should.
all good.
What's up, guys? Welcome to ILG Cup Season 3 PUBG Mobile. How are you folks doing today? We have quite a bit of action already going on. Looking at the spread on the map, I'm going to jump straight over to Yasmaya Poliana. Seems like there's some action happening here. Aksun does manage to get the trade off, but Sordi ends up getting traded down. A 1-for-1 trade as seems like we do have ATX Pablo giving the chase as Aksun is going to be up at the balcony. He's got an angle he's holding at the door, and it's got no heals, just some boosters to work with, and he's gonna have to make do with the boosters as well as the bandages. Pablo slowly clearing the corners as he makes his way inside. And ooh, he does take a few shots there. Does manage to make it to Mafia OP. For a second there, I thought he might just be looking to give chase onto Akshan, but nope. He's going for the res instead, and this is it. They're going to come back out, and shots fired. 1-2, both line up, and Akshan cleans house as Warp get themselves onto the scorecard. They get the full squad wipe. Still 72 players in the server, but the spread, how does it look like? I see a couple of squads and Novo. Let's jump on over there and see if we do have a potential fight. They are on the opposite sides of the Novo, so chances are squad number 8 is going to rotate back out with this Dacia. They're driving dangerously close to Team Punk AK, but looks like they're gonna make a beeline straight towards the bridge. Don't expect them to do a bridge camp here. Looking at the circle as well, don't think it's gonna yield too much. But squad number 6 is already waiting on the other side. They're pretty much at the gas station here, holding base, and squad number 8 is going to get back to some cover. They don't really hard commit in just yet. There's one player from squad number 6 behind right now. Team Punk AK making his way inside, does take a lot of damage, and is forced to park and jump into the water, in fact, and now he's going to swim all the way back, knowing that this bridge is now compromised. The rest of Team Punk, where they're heading? Are they going to look to head towards the buildings? I believe they are. They've relinquished control on the gas station there. I thought they might just stay there, look to get the 1-2 punch with one of their players behind poking. They should be able to corner squad coming in from the bridge, but instead they decide to take the safer route out. Alright, hopefully I think that fixes the or the extra noise that we're getting. We will check back in a bit. Do let us know in chat if this is fine as well. Let's go back in to squad number 19, squad number 8, ADX, as well as No Fear and Death. At Pochinki, a place where we usually expect a lot of early fights to come through. I do have Chirag and Alpha Q going up against Nessie, Rooney, Valen, and Whitelaw making his way on top of the roof right here. See if he can get an angle onto someone. FU seems like they've gotten themselves into a tussle as well. Is FCUK and others close by. Flash ends up going down. Do they have any chance of a trade? Don't believe they do. They will continue looting away. Res already coming through from M4 God YT. Katen just managed to find one Zeus response back with a trade. Katen don't think it's going to be able to get the clean up right there, as Israel is already going in for the res. Muriel might be able to find Katen on the roof there. I think that information should have been passed on over. Would be suicidal, considering there is. Oh, he peeks back out. It's a horrible mistake. Peeks back out and it's gonna get another knock in again. Spec aim. Where is Zane, by the way? No, Aim's been playing previous ILGs as well. I'm gonna try and see if I can spot them on the map. Let's see, Hachi, Shazam, Venom, Aim. There we go. I see two players. Look like Ip Man has already taken a fall. They're making way towards the eastern end of the circle. Squad 20. Seems like I'm gonna eventually take that tussle versus 10. They've been taking classes at the window. Should be an easy knock across pre-fire. Gonna be on now player trying to get his way towards the right side door. Pre-fires from Sordi, but Rocky isn't peeking that any longer. Both of them taking TVP. He's gonna try and get the first prone up, but does eventually get taken down by his teammates, and there's I think just the one player inside. Akshay will get the cleanup, barely though. Does end up coming really close. If he did end up getting knocked, that would have been worth losing a player, but instead they're gonna have 8 kills on the board. For HM Swagster is pretty much sandwiched between a couple of squads. Yes, squads 6 and 14. 14, of course, on top of the hill. All four players are looking down, and it's pretty much not going to be able to get into the Dacia. There would be suicidal to try and drive away from this, especially since he's going to leave himself completely exposed to four players with rifles looking down. It's a recipe for disaster to getting your buggy blown up. The circle though does move towards the western side. And almost all squads are already inside the zone, barring squad number 18 who are making the rotate across. Keeping my eyes on Akib. There's Sahil at the broken compound wall. I don't think he's spotted him out just yet. Gonna break open the door. Actually looking to do the same to both, along with his teammates. Taking away any sort of cover they can leverage at this point of time. And the zone does move towards ruins, and that's gonna force an early rotate across from the squads. Specifically, I believe that's squad number 6, Team Punk, making their way inside. I like the fact that it's a early rotate across. You don't really want to be the last one. End up tank blue zone and fight, or end up entirely getting eliminated. But it does look like one of the players from Team Punk, Team Hemen, is going down. There's a M24 shot that brings him down, and unfortunately couldn't really follow up on that. He's got his teammates charging down. Or does he? I think that's gonna be a secured already making the rotate into the adjacent building. Gets spotted by Kathnik. Decides to take a couple of shots at him with the M16 on single fire. Already on the move to the drop, in fact. At least getting attempted to get shot down. That should be the drop secured. It is wide out in the open, but besides that one squad that was looking down at it, I think they're in a pretty safe position. Tachi having already made his way inside. One knock onto well, it is SLTK. All right, Ash game. He's gonna go charging up. Doesn't cross the hill, and that is completely understandable since he has absolutely no idea of the positioning of the rest of the players. Meanwhile, Aim Ducky also looking to get involved in a fight. does manage to knock No Mercy, and having not seen a rotate come across, he's just gonna go ahead and toss the nade down to try and secure it. Zeus trying to cover all the angles, and for now decides to go down the hill, and getting into this compound is gonna be risky here. He's got an entirety of squad number 23 on him. He's gonna deboard and have absolutely no idea the number of opponents that's waiting for him in this very compound. Through. Alright, Zeus does manage to find the first block and just trying to force out some reaction here. He's gonna move through, and the full squad wipe coming through. Zeus is gonna do pretty decent in that fight. Finds himself 2 kills, and aim start to roll with the punches. 7 kills on the scorecard, and looks like they're not easing on that anytime soon. Swagster, he's got bodies ahead of him. He's got some backup as well. Madman does end up going down, and it's another squad cleaned up. In fact, I believe that was DD who third-partied into that. Alright, looking at the zone. Squad 7, Squad 6. Right up next to each other, north eastern side of the circle. Squad number 9 pushing up. I do see Conic ends up going down, and Rahul is able to secure that kill, but the zone's is not really hurting as much as it is phase number 5. So as long as you're close relatively to the zone, you should be able to do pretty fine. And Warp has got yet another squad wipe. 14 more squads remaining in the zone. Squad number 14 coming close to squad number 19, and they're gonna come in with an all-out fight. Good spray across. Finds the first one. The second person coming through is also cleaned up. Whitelaw does amazingly well there for ATX, and they continue to hold on to dear life. 2 more squads bite the dust, and looks like in terms of action we're not done just yet. Squad number 15 also pretty much gonna get ready to fire away at Head C, that is coming down in the water. Quick fire across, has no idea where exactly they're placed, so he's gonna try and semi wing it. Squad 16, he's got a few ridges here for cover. Manages to make their way into the zone. Is a lot of traffic around squad number 15. In fact, squad number 11 lose 1, but should be able to res up Pasha there, especially since Thunder decides to drop the smoke down. And Swagster currently knocked, does get flushed out as well. Marlega on the far side it's got no chance of a res, and I think with that Thunder is gonna have to take this all alone ahead for the rest of squad number 15. He's got 2 players from squad 11 ahead, and there should be something he already knows about. He did find the knock earlier as the players tried to make their way in. Pasha and Thunder. Getting pressured from the other side. AIM seems to be getting into a fight as well. So is Cave. AIM pushing up towards squad number 5 as they make their way out. This is going to be pretty risky. He's in fact going to try and save the vehicle there at the ridge. Meanwhile, squad 21 has ended up losing 2. Storm Up does have himself a ghillie. He drops the smokes, try and go for the res out. AIM, meanwhile, using the vehicle for cover. Ash Gamer. Level 2 West is almost bust at this point of time. Will go outside, go in for the res. Storm Up does eventually find himself a knock, but who's it on to? Max, so one of the players from squad 18. It does get cleaned up by Hyper HR. 5 kills on the board, all 4 players up. Squad number 21 doing a decent job of staying ahead of the rest of the pack here in map number 1 of the qualifier, minor number 15. This is week 15, 1 more week to go. The vehicle blows up, and with that, Storm Up and the rest end up going down. HR is desperately trying to keep themselves in it. Hyper HR also down, couldn't make it into the zone. And Akshan coming through. There's a wall of smokes down. AIM in some trouble as well. Zeus up ahead. Nate comes through. He's post a player up. Prone ahead. Akshan goes for the spray. There's another player across. Gets the first spray. It's not good. Almost sprays him down. 1 more HP. Zeus somehow ends up getting tagged a wee bit more. And it's Akshan who wins that fight there. A big whiff on the spray down and a 1 HP clutch coming out is going to keep him in the game. And Warp and Boss are continuing to roll with the punches. They're still alive here. Cade, he's forced the player up, spraying with these scars. Gonna have to get out for the reload. Goes back in, 3 fires across the glass. Covering the entire FOV for him, but he's still trying to find an angle into this. Does eventually get knocked. Too many guns looking his way, and it should be Cave eventually getting taken out. And looks like they're not done just yet. Fierce OP, Frizzy get themselves into the car. 4 players remaining. 4 squads rather. 9 players remaining. And Thunder is straight up ahead. We see him prone up above. And that should be an easy cleanup. Bring it down to the top 8. 4v2v2. 7 kills onto Cave. Top 8 kills onto IM. And the last remaining team as the blue zone pushes is gonna be War. Find themselves 16 kills. Oh my god. These guys have fragged super hard, and now Akshan is gonna have to leave his teammate behind. They're getting into the zone. He's got a wall of smokes down as well. He's gonna be happy if he manages to get second. If he manages to get first, that's gonna be the absolute best bonus. But for now, he's got no smokes available, and as soon as the smoke dissipates, unless he's already cleared out squad number 5. They're gonna have easy access. Nade dropped across. Should give a decent amount of info of his positioning. Akshan ready with the nades. Player who is very good lead. Akshan manages to find yet another. One number 5 down to just one remaining player now. Pooh does bleed out, and with his teammate getting taken out, I think this has come down to a 1v4 there at the end. The pre-fire is just too good, and the chicken dinner goes the way to cave. High kill round indeed. 9 kills in the bag. But take nothing away from Warp. 17 kills, second position. I am in third with 9 kills. And King coming in fourth with 6 kills. Down the pack, I see 4 kills on 4HM as well. And 7th position, Aim coming in with 10 kills. I think 10 kills, 7th position might just be enough to take them towards that top. The 4th position, I think 6 kills, 4 points difference. I'm not sure. I think it might be enough. We'll have to wait and see in the scorecard if that is in fact going to be the case. We'll take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back shortly with more PUBG action coming your way. This is ILG Cup Season 3 PUBG Mobile minor number 15. Shout out to the sponsors, title sponsor again, we are powered by Logitech G. Associate sponsors, Newspaper Partner Game, Casper, GPro Partner Galax, and Partner ILG. Take a quick break. Be back in just a bit.
When you walk in the room, it's still, and you can't see nobody else. I'm not the only one who feels the switch inside my body change. Oh, I just want you to myself. You to myself. When we go out, we don't get far, 'cause everybody knows your name. They stop to ask you how you are, but now our dinner plans run my place tonight. The office got you working late, and when you're off, you'll be too tired. I don't wanna make a scene. You're just so good at what you do. It's selfish of me to think that I'm the only dream for you. Oh, I just want you to myself. Oh, I just want you to myself. Oh, I just want you to myself. Oh, I just want you to myself.
sunshine and not a lot of rain. A whole lot of happy and not a single tear on my face. Pockets overflowing with what I need today. Doesn't mean that it's easy, and it isn't always great, but it's all good. It's all good. Life is going like it should. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. When you know where to look, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Isn't perfect, the road ain't always straight. It gets a little crazy, and you know sometimes we need a break. But it's better than it could be. It should be. Taking what we're given, we can't complain, 'cause it's all good. It's all good. Life is going like it should. It's all good, it's all good. When you know where to look, it's all good, it's all good, it's all good.
Yeah, sometimes it's gonna rain, but I can't complain. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a perfect picture, mister. You know that's true. But it ain't about what you say, it's about what you do.
Good, yeah, it's all good.
It's all good.
Life is going like it should.
Life is going. Life is going
yeah,
like it
it's
should.
all good. It's all good. When you know where to look,
Gotta know, gotta know, gotta
it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Good. It's all good. Life is going like it should.
Life is going like it
It's
should.
all good.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to ILG Cup Season 3 PUBG Mobile Minor number 15. The penultimate minor. It is going to be Group B matches here as we look at the flight path from Severny to Novo. So, should see a lot of squads spread out towards the central area. Novo again have the go-to spots for quite a few squads, decent loot. I do expect there to be squads at Rozhok as well. Yasnaya. It's become a player favorite of late, and it's not going to disappoint this time as well. See PWR heading in that direction. It looks like they're going to be the only squad there. That comes as a bit of a surprise. The Rozhok's going to have two squads. Bigfoot from WFL. Is landed right up next to RZ Hawkeye. And looks like it's going to continue moving out in the open. RZ. He's got Akai on the other side as well, and Sahil behind, squad number 24, only with the 2. And they find themselves in quite a hole right now. Bigfoot at the edge of the compound wall has been spotted running outside. He has no Hawkeye whiffs the spray, does connect in on one of the bullets, so wants to probably go in for a repeat, but yeah, iron sight, no helmet. Level 1 West decides to fall back instead. Meanwhile, as action everywhere, I'm going to try and catch some of this as AP, ACTOP making his way across. No bullets, no weapons on a couple of players as squad number 10 straight up ahead. Octo OP takes a more passive spot at Rozhok. Finally, the action breaks out as Bigfoot gets shot down. Deadshot in a lot of trouble inside the building, and he's gonna get shot down by Sahil. As jump on over back to some potential action. Squad 21 YLD. Right now, south east of Pochinki, squad 16 has actually made their way towards the western compound, and Hellboy seems to be pushing in that direction all alone. Zone does move in all the way towards the western side yet again. There is squad 0 that has gone all the way down to a military base, and they've got the entirety of a military island to themselves. A lot of potential loot to be had. Meanwhile, look over at BSUD. Here's squad number 5. This is joined by Senpai. Making his way up the hill. Beast is to stay out of sight here, try and catch up with Shreyas. Not sure if anyone's stopped in this area or they've all continued to drive by. Beast couldn't really take any chances there. Just pretty much double checks the same before he makes his way out. It's squad 17. It's moving all the way out towards the water and probably looking for a boat. Nah, I think he's just looking at the end to see if there's any squad right now at the edge of the water, because right now there's going to be a lot of squads making their way through from the eastern edge, and at that point of time there's going to be a pretty decent clutter that is going to start to build very close to south of Ruins Gadka Quarry. And I think the ideal place to be is at the western edge, but that does mean if the circle at the next shift, he's gonna have to make that rotate across, unless there is that slight chance that the zone continues to move towards the west, in which case he's gonna be fine. But Bean is gonna knock, and looks like they're gonna have to leave that player behind. Barnia gets tagged, and squad number 13, they have players driving by. Cave looking for the flush out, should be able to find it nice and easy. Ignite moves into position. Bullet is going to secure it, and YLD Thunder has made his way out. More squads in the server, all of them are decently spread out, so not really too worried about late rotates. Is a CSPG squad that has been part of minor finals previously. Sniper and team, they're way out at Kabeshki this time around. And the blue does start its push up, and I'm gonna expect players to be falling back, maybe finding a vehicle or so. That is, of course, if they've not already found it. I do see a UAZ here. Should be enough worst case scenario for all of them to rotate out together. A drop coming down. This is what is this? It's an M249 with an 8X and a ghillie suit. Caden should be picking that up as there's a drop. This is a flare though, going towards Military Island. And it's an AWM AUG extended quick draw. Myth squad 14 currently playing east of Pachinki is a drop. In fact, the flare call here does go down towards the western edge of the zone. Let's see, last time around it was the AUG as well as the I believe AWM. Let's see what's this gonna encompass. A Mark 14 Groza with the ghillie suit and an adrenaline syringe, going the way of squad number 12. Decent loot. AP did lose a couple of players. Oh, the squad list hasn't been updated, is it? Just give me a second. Well, thanks for pointing that out. Production hiccup, but we've got that sorted for you. Squad number 14's got squad number 16 coming by, and looks like they're going to be able to bypass without really attracting too much attention or fire. Squad 14 copy up, and he notes they do have 9-1 in the server. Another ILG finalist I do remember, if I can recall correctly. 9-1 is sitting with the 6x on the vector. The zone's pushing in, squad's trying to beat the blue and trying to make their way into the zone. I do have a Digyant at the edge. How to register? You can check the link in the description. It is ilg.lxgindia.com is the website. You can go there. It's free to register, free to play. All you got to do is ensure you get the details registered in correctly with or for you as well as your teammates, and you're going to be good to go. Simple as that. Puro and Digyant. Waiting on Cypher to come through. I do believe they'll take a moment here to quickly heal back up before making their way out. Alright, let's see how the spread looks like on the map. Zoom that in a bit. There we go. UK 7 are at Primorsk, and they've got a decent rotate across Quarry and towards Center Circle, if that is where they want to head. It is currently being held by CSPG. Yeah, okay, CSPG did make that move pretty much straight into Center Circle. I think it's a wise decision where you pretty much just walk into the zone and take up a central compound, not forced to rotate anytime soon, and you don't even need to take the victory or a high kill round to qualify to the semifinals. All you need is top 4 at the end, and CSPG are going to take a pretty safe approach to this in the early game scenario. PWR do have eyes on this drop. It's a Groza 4X. We're gonna have a lot of action breakdown very soon. Squad number 20 and 13 pulling up against each other. 62 players alive. Phase 2 is gonna mean a lot of squads being forced into action in a moment's notice simultaneously, and it's a lot of clutter is beginning to form as well. There's one at the center where you can see a WoW, CSPG, RZ, Cave. Oh, looks like secondary squad of Cave as well here, who's fighting RZ at the moment. He's pretty much trying to prevent the door from ever getting blown up. Another squad that we've not gotten to talk much about is the team A51 of Hitman, Hellboy, Slayer, and Avi. Seem to be doing well for now, but as the zone starts pushing in, things are gonna start to get a lot more messier, especially inside the zone. Squad 15, a decent spray as Squad 14 tries to make their way through, shots fired back, and gets tied down to a point where it's gonna have to quickly move back into some cover. There's Vegeta and Sauron. Are they gonna try and jump the 2 remaining players and just getting to some cover, getting to join up with the rest of their teammates? And it's a flare called by CSPG Mark 14 M249, but more importantly it's an 8X as well. YLD Huston make his way up. BSUD Beast does get a knock. I'm gonna move back over to that fight. Shreyas is getting ready as well, and as expected is all of a sudden you're gonna see multiple action breaking out every single place. We're trying to keep track as much as we can. Beast with the nades across. Sauron, they get knocked but is gonna get picked back up immediately. Vegeta is aggressively pushed up as well, away from the rest of his teammates, but having not found that initial knock, I believe they're gonna try and fall back. PWR. Finally commit up and managed to find themselves a knock as well. Thunder able to drive by, lucky for them. What's happening here with Shreyas? Shreyas and Beast still trying to 2v3 breach in to the squad 14 compound. Squad number 6 is also coming in hot, but not hot enough. Squad 14 having not been able to force their opponents out in the open, maybe even secure a kill or two, is eventually going to retreat back out of there. Where are they going to head though? They've moved out towards the eastern side, but guess what? The zones come up bang on squad number 14, 5 and 10, and the onus is on the rest of the server to try and find a way inside into this. Shiva with the M16 is trying to get lucky, but unfortunately those are close shots, but not close enough. So it's below UK7. He needs to be careful that they don't really get pushed into uncharted territory by the blue. CSPG in fact end up losing one. I have Blades pushing up ahead. Ooh, another shot. Not as good as well. Blades on point. Nicely done. And 9-1. I think have been eliminated very early in the match. Did not see that coming at all. And a drop coming in towards the middle of the circle. Oh dear Lord. We're gonna chase this till the end. Hold that thought. Squad is actually not even waiting up. They're already on their way out. Not sure this has been looted yet. M249, no it's not. Completely free. Squad number 13, squad number 12 all decide to escalate things up here as squad number 12. In fact, did they clean up onto one of the squads? I believe they did. Meanwhile, PWR also in a fight. They've got a couple of knocks already. And pushing up, I think he spotted Johnny out there. He did. Needs another bullet. And Podo just barely able to clutch that out. Goes for the hip fire. Not the easiest of shots to hit. Squad number 11 and pulled up the door, getting broken up, and Matt is going to continue to charge into AP. Knows there are two players inside. The nades on the ready, cooked, delivered, bye bye. Very surprised. Walks in, and this is going to be risky. Yes, he does get first, but the trade comes in from Ghost. We will see Sniper though. Still holding the angle inside. Is going to be Ghost there charging through, and no chance at all. Zachary, a triple peek inside the hut there by CSPG, and they take the fight. There's a lot of traffic though of players trying to make their way in. 12 squads in play. Core Hunter. Just on over to UK7. They're at the bottom edge, and ooh, nice shot coming in. Vegeta down for the count. They do have decent cover thanks to the blue, and not including the hill behind. But time is gonna be of the essence if they are trying to make this rotate in. PWR. He's got a couple of knocks, but squad number 12 has pulled up not too far away from Podo's position, behind them in fact. And we're going to keep our eyes peeled on UK7. Their players are going into this full-blooded fight. A couple of knocks through. Kakarot from above, getting shot up from behind. Squad number 12, they have one player on the flank there, and that should be UK7 tough to count. It is Vegeta alone. 1v2, looking to take the first place versus IQ Recius, but that was just too much expected of him at the end. And UK7 bow out in 8th position with just a few kills under their belt, and I believe that does mean they won't be able to make it to the semifinals this Wednesday. Boy moves into position. There is Slayer down inside enemy territory. Cave have him covered. The opening there though. AK is on the ready. Hellboy wins the first duel out, and that's gonna be a push to the end there. He's got maybe an opportunity to go for the res, and Ignite is inside. He's gonna try and find him. The nades are not quick enough. The hip fire doesn't do too much, but rest of the teammates having moved in. The player coming out in the open to challenge, and Hellboy sends them back down to the grave, and that is going to be another fight as they survive through quite a lot. PWR are trying to challenge IQ Recius here. Gets the first knock. Oh, a beautiful push through. And Podo, having seen that rotate across, a lot of damage done and on to death, and he ends up going down as well. 2 quick knocks, and this could be pretty much the beginning of the end for squad number 12. 2 players lost, and the 2 remaining players What's Podo up to? Podo's trying to take the vehicle inside. Huh. Interesting decision. But Beast is the latest victim in the hands of A51. Podo at the back finds the first knock, and he knows there may be one more there. And it is going to be just pre-fires across. Has the AK, but he's got more problems staring him ahead. Does he want to push him though? PWR, these guys are only 3 strong, but they've managed to get themselves 11 kills. Down to a top 3 situation as Cypher looks for the cleanup. Unfortunately, he's not going to find one just yet. And A51 has to rotate out as the blue pushes through in the open. And a PWR is going to have an advantage. And the blue eventually does clean that up. A51 and put some distance between them as well as PWR. And Cypher seems like he's already found one of the knocks in. It's getting shot up by Slayer. Do you want to peek back into this? No, he should get primarily focus on getting the heals off. And since his teammate was going for the res, the timing would have been pretty awkward as well in case they do manage to find more. But it is a 3v4 situation at the end. PWR 12 kills. Second kills. There we do see on team A5. A5 is also on 11 kills. Hellboy. Need. Ooh, Hellboy. No. That nade's gonna go off. Did not see that coming. That went straight into the edge. Hitman's also pushed up. You see Cypher coming through. The hipfire is not great. The nade is gonna take him down as well. That is 3 down, and Slayer is the last man alive. PWR 1v3. Can we do this? His teammates are left out as baits. The blue's pushing in, and so is Slayer, and he does manage to find the first knock, and now he needs to go for more. His prone up cleared by Podo, and PWR take the chicken dinner here in map number 2 with a lot of kills in the back, 16 to be precise. Team A5-1 takes second position with 11 kills, 6 kills on IQ, 4 kills on BSUD. Should seal up the top 4 that make their way through to the semi-finals on Wednesday. We'll take a quick break. We will be back in just a bit with Group C of ILG Cup Season 3 PUBG Mobile, minor number 15. I'll see you folks in just a bit.
just want you to myself. When we go out, we don't get far, 'cause everybody knows your name. They stop to ask you how you are, but now our dinner plans run late, and I know your mother raised you right, so I don't wanna make you rush, and now and then can't help but wish this life was just the two of us. Oh, I just want you to myself. 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 You called to say that you will make it over to my place tonight. The office got you working late, and when you're off, you'll be too tired. I don't wanna make a scene. You're just so good at what you do. It's selfish of me to think that I'm the only dream for you. Oh, I just want you to myself. Oh, I just want you to myself. Oh, I just want you to myself. Oh, I just want you to myself.
of sunshine and not a lot of rain. A whole lot of happy and not a single tear on my face. Pockets overflowing with what I need today. Doesn't mean that it's easy, and it isn't always great, but it's all good. It's all good. Life is going like it should. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. When you know where to look, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Isn't perfect, the road ain't always straight. It gets a little crazy, and you know sometimes we need a break. But it's better than it could be. It should be. Taking what we're given, we can't complain, 'cause it's all good. It's all good. Life is going like it should. It's all good. It's all good. When you know where to look, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, sometimes it's gonna rain, but I can't complain. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a perfect picture, mister. You know that's true. But it ain't about what you say, it's about what you do.
Good. Yeah, it's all good.
It's all good.
Life is going like it should.
Life is going. Life is going
Yeah,
like it
it's all
should.
good. It's all good. When you know where to look,
Gotta know, gotta know, gotta
it's
know.
all good. It's all good. It's all good. Good. It's all good. Life is going like it should.
Life is going. Life is going like it
It's
should.
all good.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We have map number 3 on its way. Might see some early action. In fact, squad number 13 here looting up. They do have squad 12 driving by, but I don't think they've got any long range weapons as such. And this squad 12, I thought they got the run over. They didn't, in fact. And having seen players there with weapons, they're not going to commit too much longer to this. They're going to keep driving by and head on over till they eventually do have good enough loot. Going to move on over to Sigma Lucky. Squad number 9. Barely got anything. I see one AK on him. No helmet, no armor. Hasn't found anything more. 3 squads at Yasnaya. Squad at Lepovka PSY does have a straggler at prison. I believe is a scout making his way across first. Clearing out areas to hold, and the zone does make its way southeastern edge. Pretty large indeed. Squad number 24 and the rest at Yasnaya. I think that is where we will head to see if we will see a potential clash coming out. Abhi, Demon, Somu, and Uttam. One MS will eventually make their way out of Yasnaya through fields, but the direction they're heading in towards school is pretty darn dangerous, because there's 19 at apartments, 15 at school, 8 rather at Roshawk. So quite a few teams in and around that area, but as the circle currently stands, I'm gonna put my money on this remaining in the main island. People at Novo do have a lot of time to move out, but that bridge might just end up getting heavily contested. That is what I'm pretty scared of at the moment. If you're in Novo, 8 F8, Twisty Mule, Cirrus, and the rest of squad 13. That is, yeah, 8 F8, simple as that. Make their way towards shelter. There's squad 6. Make them move through. I'm not sure if they will rotate all the way through. I believe you want to set up somewhere in and around farm and shelter, Milta, and set yourself up in case you do need to make that rotate through to the bridge. Cobra bites. Ooh. Killer Hulk. Where is this happening? Ooh, this was in fact at North George. Ione. Seems like they're gonna go in hot towards Mark 14. Pick up decent loot. This is a squad again that we've seen time and again at ILG. We've come close on multiple occasions. We've seen strong performances out of them as well. But it's one of those scenarios where they've not been able to make that final jump towards that top 2 position in the finals and secure a slot in the online playoffs. But this might just be one of those minors where they eventually make that transition, but they're slowly but surely running out of any room for error. Only one minor to go after this one, so the squads will have a decent amount of pressure on them to try and make this happen, as they'll spot out Light King, pre-fires through, doesn't manage to make a connection just yet, and aim Danny and others. The rest of Vibe, yeah, they've pulled up. Danny knew there was pressure coming his way and has managed to fall back. In fact, I think they picked up the teammate and left. The scouter was alone there and in some trouble. Backup arrives in the nick of time, and they managed to evade what would have been a fight to the death otherwise. It's happening with the squad number 13. 3 and 15. 2 players around. Drop coming down at south of prison. M249 556 extended quick draw, ghillie suit, not too bad. PSY Venexum. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to pronounce that. I believe that's Venom. Quick right across to the loot, and yep, joined up with the rest of his teammates. No time wasted, and they have a squad house and a watchtower to work with. Level 3 goodies, and there you go. The zone does move towards the main island. It has a lot of water on it. It's been a perfect time to go for an edge camp there if you wanted to at the bridge. Maybe try and hold off teams who are coming in from the military island. But it looks like they've already moved it. Ooh, squad 12. Let's move on over. Let's see what's happening there. Squad number 8. At the western edge, I have Salt Star, Light King. Inside, Aim driving up to pretty much join up with the rest of his team who are making their way in on foot. And this is going to be a risky play if he does end up stopping here. As he sees light straight up and there's 2 players all the way around. This entire compound is in lockdown and it looks like fire gets cleaned. Lucky for Aim, they did commit with only the 1 player there and end up not really costing them too much. Acid OP. There's squad 17 driving by, quick 1 taps. OP left behind, does get cleaned up. 1 more point towards Ion. Let's look at the drops coming down. I see an airdrop with a Mark 14 AUG extended quick draw. M249, 556, cheek pad, medkit full. And looks like ABCD Titan and a wonderful cleanup there. Coming in onto 2, but he's got a lot more squads looking down on him. He's gonna have to drop the smokes, so he goes for the res onto Asalov. And as the smoke dissipates, A wonderful shot there by AJ Nexus. He's waiting in for the peak to come through. Absolute last second pulls the trigger. And I think that may be a sign for Nexus to commit in on this. They've got a couple of knocks onto CS. And they know there is a small window they can capitalize on. They push up. Players at the compound wall. He spotted the two players out. And he manages to find the first knock. Did not have time to heal back up there. Emperor quick fires through. Gets the second. And both players still up. MJ is also pushed up. And he's going to continue to give chase. The 3 knocks across. And it is just Nick on the outside. And at the balcony, don't think he's going to be able to achieve much. He's taken already a defensive coil and indeed just does so much work there. And Nick can't really do much. He's going to have to just wait it out. There's a couple of knocks on squad number 20 as well, which is why you see them biding their time. But Nick is gonna need a miraculous fight here if he's gonna survive this. He's not got a helmet either, so
अबे हेलमेट तक नहीं है बे जो बंदे पे
need up.
अबे नेड
CS Nick jumps down and the turn across, wonderfully done. MJ is here as well and looks like he's going to win that fight as well. Just he's the one kill here. Neck AJ jumps across and he's going to go for the weapon switch, the timing. Oh no, that he almost makes it happen. He just needed 2 bullets there on AJ to clean things up, but instead it's gonna end up getting eliminated. That was a valiant attempt, but squad 8. They're looking to res their buddies up. It should be happening momentarily. Ion pretty much have them pinned down, vehicles blown up. Unless they have enough smokes, I don't think they're going to be able to achieve much. Light Sparrow gets down there, and I think his teammate also thirsted, so Light King. The King versus King battle. HA. So I'm playing Rip. Seems like I want to take this fight versus PSY long range. They've already taken quite a bit of beating. I believe there is Sigma also coming in and getting in on the action. Kishan with the Car 98. 2 knocks onto players from Heat. Has them pinned against the tree there. Continues to pre-fire away. How does that not hit? Oh, there goes whizzing past and Uttam. The second time around, he's the one to win the fight there. He's been waiting patiently, and finally when the shot connects, it's a biggie. Ippy, the quick flick across. IMS, meanwhile. Where is IMS? Twisty mule. Ooh, nicely done. Second player through, no, he comes free firing across. Twisty Mule needs to go now. There's some cover at the end. He's made his way into the room and he comes free firing through. And at the end, just about holds on inside, and that should be all the res out in a bit. And Rip. What do you do? He's dropping some smokes. I don't know if he knows about Roger's movement. He's moved deep past his teammates, trying to get a flank going. And he's got a lot of information ahead. He spotted out at least 2 players from Rip. Does turn back around with the response, and Roger couldn't really get the punish in. And with that, let's look at what Ion's up to. I think Ion just manages to get a full squad wipe. Indeed they did. That was Sensei. Comes in with a pretty big play there, and look at the clutter in the middle of the zone. GDR. So way outside the edge right now. They've got some distance to cover out in the open, and inside the zone as well. There's quite a few compounds that they can work with right now, which is gonna mean an even higher density when it comes to squads in these last few phases. And GTR do eventually fancy a rotate out. Blaze OP, Cobra Bites. This is, oh, PSY, Skrillex is still making his rotate across. Rip, meanwhile, I believe has gotten into a fight with squad number 10, squads 19. Another one. What is that? 19 and 16, alright. I think with the nade, ooh, that is, I believe, 2 finishes and maybe I think that was 1 knock and 1 finish with a singular nade. But there is PSY, Rip on top of the hill. They need to be careful peeking out through the other side, because with the Blue, once it starts pushing through, are they gonna almost suicidally commit to trying to get into this compound and eventually taking the fight versus AVG?
30-second zone.
And there you go. Team Sins 1v1. A quick knock from both teams. I believe that was Beast there with the sniper rifle, who does get traded. Legend, as he manages to get a knock, as this is the window that I was talking about. As soon as that knock comes in from Legend, they start pushing up the Blues here. Decent amount of damage taken on the West and helmet as well, and they're all above. Rip might just even think about just avoiding this entire household in itself, as Sins get yet another kill. Sharma is sitting on, what is that, 6 kills, 4 kills on his own. That's a pretty good number if you ask me. And Rip, they somehow managed to stay inside the zone for the next phase as well, so they can pretty much settle in, maybe start wearing down GTR if they want to commit in full blown. Couple of players out, couple of players inside the compound. Dacia on the ready. Their opponents on the other end. That doesn't look all that healthy. The need across. Oh, ooh, a shot. Not by a large margin, but it is a big enough. Ion. Crossing the street's gonna be the biggest challenge for these guys, because right now they have a lot of natural cover, but as soon as they step into the streets, as AVG, Rip, GDR, all of whom can fire away at a moment's notice, and Naruto over peaks. And there's more damage to be done. A Legend goes down as well. Actually, Legend's the only one alive, and GTR might be the ones to turn things around. I think 1-for-1 trade, and he's just coming through to go for the quick flush out. Ashwin still manages to survive. A player up. Will he win the fight? He does. Rip, wonderfully done, takes the fight, and with that keeps them in play. InSync is down outside, and this may be an opportunity for HST and G to push through as well. What's the play here for Legend? It is to move up inside. He's got to make use of this chokehold. Needs lobbed down. The timing is not going to be good enough. They're still outside. They didn't really push in immediately, knowing that the blue is going to flush him out into the open. And Rip Legend is going to try and buy some time. It's come down to a 2v2. Since Sharma having had an amazing game thus far, the M249 in hand. Netaji does get picked up. Insync fallen, sitting on the outside. There's so much cover here for both squads that unless either of them present themselves an opportunity where they get one knock, I don't see them committing hard to this. They will wait it out, maybe even go for a healing battle, at which point of time I believe that is going to be advantage to host king. Cause Insync fallen can always just straight up charge in and do as much damage as he can, while host king can stay back away from the fight. I like the decision from Netaji to get into the building there and move himself as far away as possible from Sharma. Nades being lobbed just to check the edges. One lucky nade at a situation like this is gonna be a huge advantage. 1v2 that will almost certainly secure the win, but they've got some vehicular cover. Since Sharma, I think Insync do have the better position though at this point of time, cause if host king joins up with Sync fallen as the zone pushes, no, he's not. He's gonna go for the heal battle wherever he is. He spotted the players out, and since Sharma commits through, wins the fight, and with that, Sins take the victory. Sharma there goes huge again, comes across, wins the duel, and at that point of time, not only did he win the duel, but also forced host king off the heel. And yeah, 8 kills, chicken dinner. Nicely done indeed, well deserved. 8 kills on to Insync in second position. Both of them are going to qualify through. Sai in third with 2. And Rip 10 kills, fourth position. See 8 kills in fact onto Ion, and that might just be enough to get them into the top 4 and qualify through to the semi-finals that will happen on Wednesday. Big shout out to all the sponsors. Title sponsor Alienware, powered by Logitech G. Associate sponsors Next Wave Multimedia and Kaspersky. GPU partner Galax. Energy drink partner Monster Energy. This is Shades there. We'll take a quick break. We will be back shortly after a quick break with the final game of the day. So see you folks then.
When you walk in the room, you're still, and you can't see nobody else. I'm not the only one who feels that switch inside my body change. Oh, I just want you to myself. Oh, I just want you to myself. When we go out, we don't get far, 'cause everybody knows your name. They stop to ask you how you are, but now our dinner plans run late, and I know your mother raised you right, so I don't wanna make you rush. And now and then can't help but wish this life was just the two of us. Oh, I just want you to myself. 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 You called to say that you will make it over to my place tonight. The office got you working late, and when you're off, you'll be too tired. I don't wanna make a scene. You're just so good at what you do. It's selfish of me to think that I'm the only dream for you. Oh, I just want you to myself. Oh, I just want you to myself. Oh, I just want you to myself. Oh, I just want you to myself.
sunshine and not a lot of rain. A whole lot of happy and not a single tear on my face. Pockets overflowing with what I need today. Doesn't mean that it's easy, and it isn't always great, but it's all good. It's all good. Life is going like it should. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. When you know where to look, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Isn't perfect, the road ain't always straight. It gets a little crazy, and you know sometimes we need a break. But it's better than it could be. It should be. Taking what we're given, we can't complain, 'cause it's all good. It's all good. Life is going like it should. It's all good. It's all good. When you know where to look, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, sometimes it's gonna rain, but I can't complain. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a perfect picture, mister. You know that's true. But it ain't about what you say, it's about what you do.
Good. Yeah, it's all good.
It's all good.
Life is going like it should.
Life is going. Life is going like it
It's
should.
all good. It's all good. When you know where to look,
Gotta know, gotta know, gotta
it's
know.
all good. It's all good. It's all good. Good. It's all good. Life is going like it should.
Life is going. Life is going like it
It's
should.
all good.
Hello guys, welcome to the final game of day 1 for ILG Cup Season 3 PUBG Mobile Minor number 15. I'm Shadeslayar and I'll be a caster for this game, and we have players just about parachuting in here. I believe that is towards Giorgio City, and squad number 14 are squad 14, but they're in the outskirts as well, too far away from where L4R just dropped. I see only 2 players from L4R though currently being there. 2 squads at Georgiapol Containers. Brave is pulled up on the other side. I was looking for a peek. Just an int harsh. Seems like has gotten into a tussle. Where is this happening? Let me try and find this for you guys. This is a Yasnaya fight. I don't believe it is. Is another team Sins in play by the looks of things. 2 players, Vegeta and Karthik OP. Karthik OP pushes through. Can he find more? He's gonna push through across. He's stuck in the corner. He's gonna continue jumping up, and he shuts the door back out. He wants to continue the fight. He's gonna get the 2 knocks, but he's bought enough time for another player to come through. Karthik OP going in for the reload back out. Fury is also pushing through. He's gonna join him shortly, and Karthik OP is has got his teammates here. There he goes. As he comes through the edge here, is gonna be able to find another knock. Maybe on Fury does. Since is down, and Fury, the last man alive, trying to dance around. He's cleaned up by Sam OP. And Team Sins, first squad to get eliminated here. And the zone has moved south. That's a military base circle if I've ever seen one. Squads are gonna want to rotate out early. Looks like at Novo we might have some action going down. In fact, Beast OP is in an aggressive position, nades across, he spots bait him out as well, and nade, does it do anything? I don't believe it did. He's gonna be able to move up for the rest though, and he whiffs a lot of shots, doesn't actually get the Knock, no, the trade in time. There's more teammates coming through. Blaze, the last bullet from Crims takes him out, and Surge is in some trouble. Two players are knocked. Surge first gonna go for the res onto Batum, but that's gonna mean a lot of trouble. At least some information. Nope, they're hidden behind. One res is out. Sage can now go for the thirst. Instead, he's gonna go for the first aid. Deepa moves into position above, preventing anyone from coming through the smokes. You can see Blaze trying to push up. Oh, that last bullet there gets the knock, and Griffin, who's also down. Surge is gonna be left all on his own. I think he's just looking to back away now. Blaze also down. I don't think he's in a position to be picked up anytime soon. Gets the full thirst out. Beast OP is not gonna be a happy man. He's for Sage pushing up. Says, if I'm going down, I'm taking you down with me. (8x AWM). Ooh. That's another drop down. It is the AUG. Shubham. Just holding the angle versus Tricky. Is ready to double peek, so Tricky is going to be in some trouble if he exposes himself a wee bit too much. Instead, he's going to cock the nade. Nade coming through. Nah, they've seen it well in advance. They're going to be able to get into the container. And it's Tricky. There's the fire across, and Hacky goes down. Tricky back to TPP. See if he can win this. There's multiple players out. A nice duel first time around. Gets the second as well. But Shubham with the cleanup. But the blue does touch him with his phase one only. So not to worry at all. They'll be easily able to, there's time to pick him up and then make the rotate in. Team DXC is already taken the boat all the way across. Hazard OP, Team DXC. Both of them holding the angle down. In fact, I have Ansh making his way out. On foot, Hazard OP behind. Let's move on over and have a look at the map and where things currently are. Squad number 17. I was playing Gatekeep to East 4. They know they've lost one player. Would have seen the kill go down on the scorecard. On the score feed rather. Nade through as Toxic tries to handle the angle down. His last man alive. They're only too strong and he's already lost his teammate and they're pushing through. OE gonna start to make the move in the nade. So you could hit reflex. We got players shooting from behind as well. OE and pushed up from multiple angles, 2 players all the way across, easily done. That is going to be kill score UK07. Someone I want to jump to real soon, but before that, Punch. Seems like, yeah, there you go, he's got the angle. DXC have pinned in UK07 out in the open. Synergy driving down to try and pick him up. Let's see if he can get the res and move away. There's in fact a boat down there. YRC as well as Synergy. There you go. That in fact was the boat. The boat gets blown up. I'm guessing that is something UK7 had a say in. So is Brave tanking the blue zone on their way in, and Shubham has got himself a vehicle. It's not a lot of distance that he's got to cover. He should be able to safely make it in, but it is a completely different scenario of trying to cross, because that bridge is gonna be hard camped. And squads getting anywhere close by is gonna be one hell of a task. Doom. They see the swimmers out. TNS. They've got some fish to fry, but they don't fire. Not sure why though. They've already got cover of the vehicles. There's no chance that the vehicles are getting blown up. And I think they're still cautious because they don't know if all players are committed or not. I'm sure they saw at least 2. But now they do start firing away, but I think that opportunity pretty much just went by. And they would have lost track of where the players are from INV. Meanwhile, E's 4 to knock with the need. Where is E's 4? Hold that thought. I'm gonna look at some damage being taken. It's outside the zone. Crims with 4. And look at that zone shift. It does move with a lot of water in it at the edge. We've already seen a zone shift like this once earlier, and it did result in a lot of squads in fact driving in hot into the water with their vehicles because they couldn't pretty much stop at the edge of the land areas. It's just way too overpopulated with squads. They would end up driving down out into the water and then look to try and swim back in. So Nova spots a lot of swimmers there. Ooh, Skulksy. That should have been a first instant knocks. SkullXY had no way of surviving that, but now he's got decent cover. As long as he doesn't move, he's gonna be fine, but if he stays there too long, that blue is gonna come through. There's maybe a small pixel that he can peek. Trying to work this with the M16. There you go. He gets a better angle from above. Atmos takes a much more defensive position, and he's got players surrounding him real soon. He decided to be the aggressor there, and now nades through Zest. Ooh. Goes flying above, and the second nade is awesome there from Ribbo. He had the much easier nade to hit, and now they're gonna charge through They know there's squad 7 in some trouble. He's getting ready with more nades in. Blade's already going for the res, and the second nade is good as well. And Feel is going for the res. They're already charging up. He's barely gonna get it off, and is he gonna get the jump out? Nope. Only the crate ends up going down. And another squad wipe through 12 squads remaining, and squad number 22. This is where we're gonna go Punisher. He's in some trouble, isn't he? He's alone. He's got an angle to fight. He does drop a smoke, and there's an Aquarelle in play as well. So TNS might not be their end, but he's just barely surviving, and he's going to take Nitrogen down. A free kill indeed, and there is no opportunity of getting a res off when you do get knocked in the water, so it's an instant kill. And Galax OP. That is definitely going to shy him away from committing to that fight. What's happening with TNS? Oh, yeah. His teammate's down. Not sure whom he went down to, but the blue is eventually going to work on him. Let's look back over. Squad 15. UK 7. Having a hard climb ahead of them. Why are they even attempting this? I think that's ease 4 on the other side, which is probably why they want to try and go there. Zest meanwhile comes in hot towards DXC, and Ribbo finds one, but Garb now is alone. He's gonna get the thirst out. He knew that fight was done, and instead he's gonna just thirst out one of the teammates from DXC. The smoke, what? He's gonna whiff the first smoke. The second one's gonna be better, allowing them to loot outside. Awesome, and Beast OP is alone. They've got in, and that tag team play, the push was perfect. The timing of the peak meant that entire first spray didn't really amount to anything. Look at that zone shift. It moves towards the northwestern part of the circle. And I see Dr. Marab charging out. Omkar goes down to the zone. Shubham. Not really sure about the taps there, but INV seems like is getting into some trouble here, and I think that's the wipe already done. No, it's not. Squad number 24 had one player knocked. Shubham's on the other side, and the smoke cover is gonna allow them to get the res. Hunter meanwhile is able to get thirst out. Shubham is not going to be able to achieve much. He's going to have to probably get into the vehicle, try and make his way in, because so far out of the zone on foot, I don't think is going to be an option he's too willing to take. Meanwhile, DXC, they spot the smoke. And Hunter, the blue pushing through. I don't think squad 25 gonna gonna look to hang around for too long either. OE getting into the action. Deoxys deadly. And Okri. And Synergy ends up going down to the zone. What? UQ7. I'm not sure how that transpired, but Shady is also at the edge. A lot of blue zone problems. Diddy gets picked up, but they've got a lot of time inside the zone. They're already inside a compound as well. Very little to worry about any chance of squad's third party. Brave. It's the last remaining player. Shubham just making the crawl across. 8 squads, 20 players. Is it? Top 4 move on to the semi-finals. Will happen on Wednesday. Warsi does get UK7 back to being too strong, and there's a lot of smokes being deployed. This is going to easily translate into how well they're going to be able to get into the zone. Meanwhile, Shao Burnix makes a wild dash up ahead with the UAZ. It's in the open. And that's it's gonna be a hard hold now, but there is OE getting pushed simultaneously inside. One of his teammates gets knocked as he's gonna make his way up, and with the smoke deployed, I don't think they're gonna look to commit in just yet. Probably wanna spend some time getting some nades out. Rez coming out from Crichton MPW. And ooh, the return nade is the one that actually cleans them up. And with that, squad number 5 hardly takes any collaterals for getting up yet another kill. 14 players alive. Octane. And Octane. OE. I don't believe it's what it stands for. It's Octane X Ultimate. Is that? There you go. Brave Shubham. What's the plan? Here's the nade in hand. Maybe thinking about lobbing a nade inside and trying to catch Fatty, who's in the corner. Meanwhile, Deadly Wraith moving out is gonna find the first knock. Zax is down. Shao is gonna try and run straight in, but he's pinched now. There's Hazard OP making his way in to try and beat the blue as well. Just staying out for a tad bit too long there at the end, and Brave gets cleaned up as well. Shubham at the same time. Shao somehow manages to survive through. Wraith will go prone. Nades through Thanos. Should be able to pinch a DXC here. That's a long nade from downtown. Oh, deadly. Oof. Cooked to perfection, and that's gonna be 3 teams remaining. 10 players. 3 versus 3 versus 4. 4 on OE. Blitzlaw. Manages to get 2 though. And this may be the perfect time to push through, but he does get knocked. Moving ahead. Maybe a small window inside the smoke, or he just straight up he got lucky spraying through whatever it is. Tom is gonna have his work cut out. Last man alive, smokes down. He has the ghillie, he has the AWM, but is it gonna matter? The blue starts to push in 1v3. The nades lobbed as well. That does a lot of damage, and he spots the player out here right up ahead. He goes for trade, is good, but the trade is instantly in. And with that, DXC, they do take the chicken dinner at the end. 13 kills. Our second position to Blitz with 7. 4 kills onto OE, and the 1 kill onto Thanos. I do see 4 kills onto ING in 6th position. See if that is going to be enough to push them up. I don't think a UK of 7, despite the high kill round, is going to be able to push into those qualifier spots. We'll have to wait and see on the scorecard. Big shout out to all the sponsors, title sponsor Alien Web, powered by Logitech G, associate sponsors Next Year Multimedia and Kaspersky, GP partner Galax, and his drink partner Monster Energy. We're done with day 1. Thank you so much for all the viewers who tuned in. Hope you guys had a blast. We'll be back again tomorrow at 6 p.m. with more PUBG Mobile action from ILG Cup Season 3. Until then, goodbye and good night.
When you walk in the room, it's still, and you can't see nobody else. I'm not the only one who feels that switch inside my body change. Oh, I just want you to myself. Oh, I just want you to myself. When we go out, we don't get far, 'cause everybody knows your name. They stop to ask you how you are, but now our dinner plans run late, and I know your mother raised you right, so I don't wanna make you rush. And now and then can't help but wish this life was just the two of us. Oh, I just want you to myself. 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 You called to say that you will make it over to my place tonight. The office got you working late, and when you're off, you'll be too tired. I don't wanna make a scene. You're just so good at what you do. It's selfish of me to think that I'm the only dream for you. Oh, I just want you to myself. Oh, I just want you to myself. Oh, I just want you to myself.